This is Damon Tinnon with the Get Your GED Now test preparation series, coming to you with the actual practice test question from the GED Testing Service website. As many of you may know, we are going to be doing a live GED class this Saturday, August 23rd at 9 a.m. California time. And our main subject is going to be social studies. So what I want to do tonight is I want to go through an actual social studies question and to help you to see what you're up against. And in this example, it is not pretty. Here we have an excerpt from a speech by Thomas Jefferson. So even it will take some time. Let me just go ahead and read it. Friends and fellow citizens, a rising nation spread over a wide and fruitful land, engaged in commerce with nations who feel power and forget right. When I see the honor, the happiness, and the hopes of this beloved country, I shrink from the contemplation and humble myself before the magnitude of the undertaking. I shall find resources of wisdom, of virtue, and of zeal on which to rely under all difficulties. I look with encouragement for that guidance and support which may enable us to steer with safety the vessel in which we are all embarked amidst the conflicting elements of a troubled world. Then it goes on to say, I repair then, fellow citizens, to the post you have assigned me. My future solicitude will be to retain the good opinion of those who have bestowed it in advance, and to be instrumental to the happiness and freedom of all. Then we come down here to the questions where it says, based on the excerpt, which event was Jefferson attending when he made this speech? Now, I already know the answer is B, his first inauguration. Now, why is that? Well, he talks about here that he's going to repair then to the post you have assigned me. So that is talking about his election. Up here, he talks about he shrinks from the contemplation and he humbles himself before the magnitude of the undertaking. So the undertaking reflecting something that he's going to do. Now, let me just say a few words why this might be a little bit confusing. So the signing of the Declaration of Independence. Well, that for certain was a declaration of that certainly was a great undertaking. So we see here the magnitude of the undertaking. That was certainly a great undertaking. But then let's look at the answer explanation. So they say here, and one of the things that really kind of gets me here is they say Jefferson was not elected to write the Declaration of Independence. He was assigned to do so as a member of the Continental Congress. And so they give you some explanations about why this answer in fact not may, but is incorrect. Well, that is a pretty detailed piece of knowledge that they are expecting you to know, that he was actually assigned and not elected. But let's go on. So again, we know that we're talking about the inauguration of Jefferson's presidency. But the Louisiana Purchase, well, here it says a rising nation spread over wide and fruitful land. So that might make you think it's the Louisiana Territory from France. His founding of the University of Virginia, although he doesn't talk about students and things like that, but he does talk about resources of wisdom, of virtue, and of zeal on which to rely under all difficulties. So there's a little bit in this passage that kind of guides you to thinking that Jefferson in this case might be talking about any one of these four items. Now, again, we need to go back down and to understand why it is talking about his inauguration. So the reason it's talking about his inauguration is, again, because the overriding piece that Jefferson is talking about here is, I repair then, fellow citizens, to the post you have assigned me. So if he's talking about fellow citizens, that's a little bit beyond university language. If you're talking about citizens, you're talking about audience of people who are engaged in a nation. So again, that kind of pushes us towards his inauguration of the United States. He says, my future solicitude will be to retain the good opinion of those who have bestowed it in advance. So, they have already kind of given him this mandate, this elected office, and so they've already given it to him. And so now it is his goal to now work in that He says guidance and support which may enable us to steer with safety the vessel in which we are all embarked amidst the conflicting elements of a troubled world. So again, kind of more of a national kind of feeling that we're all in this thing together. We're steering this ship together. So again, you have to be very careful, because remember, when you run the GED test, you're on the clock. And so again, this Saturday, August 23rd at 9 a.m., we're going to be looking at GED social studies. We're going to be doing something similar to what I have just showed you, showing you the different kinds of questions and different kind of challenges you're going to have. Again, on the 2002 test, social studies was the easy test. People were just passing that test easily, and then because the way the test was designed, they were able to take points from that test and use it to lift up points. On this new GED test, each test stands upon its own, so you can't use points from a good test to lift up points from a lower test. Each test stands upon its own. And furthermore, this is a little bit more difficult. Again, this is Damon Tinnon with the Get Your GED Now test preparation series, reminding you, join us this Saturday. Star MyGED Now from your mobile phone. Just simply dial star MyGED Now from your mobile phone, and you'll get a text giving you all the information you need for this Saturday. Until then,